The Great Reset in a new life experience with conscious leadership, with D&I and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And we are entering into this kind of a new world, people say. Really? New normal, people say. Really? Well, as I read sometimes on social network, including LinkedIn, if this post disturbed you, please go away and stay in your wonderland. If it's calling on you, well, please join me and together we'll transform the world. Stay there. We have a lot to talk about this Friday, February the 8th. Welcome, beautiful and amazing people. Here's your coach AF before you this Friday again, Friday Live Agile, every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time, 6 p.m. in Europe, 5 o'clock for our UK followers and friends, and find your time zone all around the world because I know I'm on my almost 500 on YouTube subscriber. There's here people from all around the world. And this week, yes, Anna and myself, we put on the ticker down there that we welcome 68 new subscribers. But I don't think that these people are really into what we are preaching and walk the talk about business agility, Scrum all the way, and everything. So because I just posted a beautiful video of and let's just do something for... I don't think that these people are really into what we are... So this is... Okay, here it is. So finally, we're live everywhere. Sorry, because, with the Microsoft shit of LinkedIn, we unfortunately have to test it because they're still in the beta mode. It's been about almost a year. They beta tested and we don't know why. So welcome Twitter, welcome LinkedIn, LinkedOut maybe. We are going to talk about it today because today the topic, it came from a lot of debate. It's less to do with business agility, but just to finish my point, yes, all the new subscribers that subscribed because I had the audacity and the spirit of being open and authentic to put from CPAC. CPAC is a kind of a public channel that shows our politician talking or presser and everything. So I put the French version of Joël Lightbound, the MNA from the Liberal Party county in Quebec. And so, of course, it attracts like crazy, more viewers than even some of my best other things. So anyway, so more viewers, call to action, a lot of comments and stuff. So I let them express themselves. I think it's important to let the flow of free expression. It's going to be part of the talking point today. Because the question here is speaking out what lost jobs and friends? And if you're a consultant like me, maybe you lost contracts and everything. But in my experience, what I discover is social network really is not born with Facebook. There were some couple of things before that. Your presence online, and don't talk to me about privacy and intimacy. If you want to be a private citizen, if you don't want to be, if you need confidentiality, don't even use email, even pronto mail. I don't care. As soon as you have information, picture of you, streaming of you, everything about you or even your company online, including email and SMS nowadays, excuse me, you're fucked. You'll be seen. And if you're not seen because you think you have some kind of privacy and confidentiality because you block the fake book, you think it's among your circle, you're wrong, because all of these data are hosted somewhere on a server, or the cloud is also hosting in a server. Don't think that it's nowhere. Everything digital, it's at some point hosted on a physical asset. Well, so anybody, any good hacker, any system admin, any police enforcement officer or organization could access it, my friend. So you want to be completely private and confidential. Stay in your cottage near a lake, maybe with a bit of electricity. I don't know. Just kidding here, but there's no way. Okay, so stop about it. Please stop this fake debate of security, cyber security, and everything. If I understand, like if you're a user, you could protect your data and everything, but and that will be a subject for the next week. We are going to talk about the Eric Kerr here in Quebec. He think that he's the first one to digitalize the government and the public agency. So, well, it's going to be a French take on the cybersecurity and digital ministry, law number 6. If you'd like to start your research and prepare your question and send me your question anywhere, you could find me by DM, private message, or directly at. I'm going to go do this right now. You could send me your questions and your suggestion of topic directly at this email that you see at the bottom, or you could also comment on my YouTube or my LinkedIn below the video. So contact me, please be interactive. I'm here for you as well. So again, social network, it's about 20 years. Let's say it's about since the beginning of the 2000, after the dot-com bubble burst and everything. So for me, whether it's virtual or in real life, IRL and real life, when people have strong opinion, they know who they are. They are hyperactive, they are extrovert and everything. If you take position on any issue, you will be marked. You will be marked and remarked depending on the angle of the point of view. So, actually, what I'm going through right now, and now and then, by the way, with every crisis, that we have apparently a crisis, large-scale collective moment, become for me equalizer or sort of a cleanser of fake, fading friendship, business relationship, and even like any kind of broader professional relationship. If we think about the LinkedOut movement, that weren't true nor authentic at the first place. It's just because there were no crises. When I say crisis, it could be a political crisis, like we have in Quebec, this debate between yes and no, and what have you, and stuff like this. Okay, there could be also a sociological crisis, such as Occupy Wall Street back in the day, or what's going on with the Bitcoin movement, or any subject of discord, or anything that we don't want to talk about. Okay, and of course, now I'm not talking about like when I am performing within an organization. Of course, I respect the consultancy and professional services agreement of not talking about sport, sexual and intimacy, and what else? Sports and politics, religion, culture in general. Okay, you avoid those subjects unless you build a long-term relationship, and then you go have lunch, and then you become also friend next to this professional thing. But anyways, I got a lot of examples. It's not a good idea anyways. If you fit with someone, you fit with someone. I believe that we are a whole being, and I don't believe in that bullshit of work-life balance. You are who you are, and this is the natural, organic, authentic self that I'm promoting, and also the evolution over transformation motto of 2022. So that being said, more you are authentic, more you know who you are, more you show up in the world with positive vibe or negative vibe, whatever, because the point of view will be taken. So you have this risk of being ostracized. You have this risk of losing them. I remember like back in the day, because I've always been a consultant for the last 20, 25 years in entrepreneurs and doing business development and so on. And when the what we used to call the headhunter of the talent seeker changed for these bunch of type of call center people transform into recruiter, and they didn't know shit about business development, about positioning a great candidate for the perfect mandate and everything. So what happened is, so you develop those relationships with those kind of people who are recruiter. Sorry about this. So I remember like I get along with some recruiters, so we go to some kind of after hours, after work, kind of wine and cheese, what have you, and some of us start talking about like, oh, and it was nothing to do about posting things like I'm doing right now, and we'll get to it. For those who DM me some kind of threat and some other things like if I don't know, if I don't care, anyways. Uh, but the truth of the matter is, even back in the day, as an entrepreneur, I start my journey as a customer experience manager and designer, but I always my first business was a DJ agency, working and organizing, managing, and plan big worldwide event across the world. And I was only 16, 17 years old back then. So I kind of start there in this kind of adult entertainment industry, with DJ, with fashionista, stuff like this. Yeah, man, I was my first summer after college. I was in Ibiza, Mallorca, London, Elephant Room with the Ministry of Science, stuff like this. So when you're there, so it's part of my CV. So maybe when I open my LinkedIn that is linked out now, I will probably put this booze things and this and that. And the recruiter said, oh, and then of course from that I did participate, and I was part of board for the entertainment industry, and the even more adult industry like the burlesque ball here in Montreal with Mondose production. And people were starting to say like, you're really atypical. We don't understand you. We don't get it exactly. So what's wrong with you? And don't you think that you put your career at risk? You put your reputation at risk by letting those things on your social media profile that you work for the burlesque ball or any kind of adult industry and so on. And by the way, I was one of the first Scrum Master to actually work for an organization that was managing more than 1,000 pornographic websites. So you don't put it in your CV. So what's the point? I mean, I'm open mind, and I didn't mind to. And even though I remember when we used to recruit those developers or anyone who was part of a development team back then at this company, that was always hard because actually they didn't want to come work with us at this company that was developing a pornographic website and so on, because I didn't want to have it in their CV. So of course the name of the company had nothing to do with I don't know, suckyourdick.com. Okay, so I didn't see the purpose. But of course, those who know, if they see the holding of the company and they make some search, they realize that, I was a developer, I was a scrum master or a product owner into that kind of organization. Well, tough luck. This is existing. And by the way, I remember that just for the PHP Symfony developer back in the day, I'm talking about like maybe 2004 to 2006, when they have also dating website and adult friend finder and stuff like this that we're managing. But a developer back then, I think the average salary for Montreal and Toronto was about maybe 45 to 50K for a 2-year experience, corporate experience in PHP, because PHP could be in your garage, right? And these companies in the porn industry, because of the difficulty of recruiting people for many reasons, as I explained about this kind of fakeness and this kind of taboo thing, so they used to pay them 65K. So that's quite amazing. Anyways, so that being said, these first conversation about you should not put on your CV that you work for Gamma Entertainment. You should remove your 8 years as a communication manager and director and promoter of the Mondose brand. Well, I'm proud of it. This is who I am. If you don't like it, like people say, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to do nothing. You just have to switch. Go away. Go do something else. Go hire someone who will say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Don't innovate. But if you want a powerful consultant, a powerful coach, a powerful business entrepreneur that could bring you very far and where you want to go, okay, objective, key result, outcome driven, I'm here. And you're displeased about my position, even if I try to be as much as enthusiastic as possible, well, tough luck. We live in a wall of information, an information war. There's opinion and there's facts. We could have a discourse. This is what I'm claiming for. All right? Like the prayer of Jordan Peterson, a wing in the prayer. Who's the enemy here? You might be the enemy of yourself, but I won't change or transform myself to please anyone. I could tune my behavior. Of course, this is what I'm doing anyways. I'm always adapting and tailor myself, not just my services, but even myself. I tune my behavior in this agile way to anyone that I met individually or in group. That was so I'm part of this fakeness sometimes, but it's an authentic fakeness because I think a great customer experience, any level, for me, there's no more B2C or B2B. It's human to human interaction. But of course, I understand that if I'm working at Apple, I will have a turtleneck like this. If I'm working for a big bank, well, I might wear a suit or whatever it is. So you have to adapt. That's normal. But then after what I'm doing after hours is none of your fucking business. So if you want to spy on me and talk to me about reputation and all of those fucking peddler that come into your LinkedIn mailbox and they want to offer you services to promote yourself and blah, blah, blah. And all of this bullshit of LinkedIn rock stars, of LinkedIn do this and do that. It's not even worth the money. There's no return on investment. It's a bunch of losers. If you ask me, both sides, those who hire them are a bunch of losers. Same thing with Facebook. There's no return on investment. Back in 2008, we stopped our client promoting their event on Facebook because there was no return. There was no sales at the cashier. Period. The only best thing digitally still today, whether you like it or not, is the Google ads or the Google advertising or the Google integration and even the Eventbrite and Evite systems to go out. This, you have a real return of things. But all of the other bullshit of Facebook, Meta, Instagram, Twitter, don't even talk about it to make some marketing. Back in the day, there were like kind of coupon that, oh my God, like please stop. Okay, stop. And speaking out, whether it's a professional subject or something about the political discourse and exchanging with others, because sometimes we don't even, like, this is what I don't like with the UI, the user interface of LinkedIn. Because it's like back in the day in Facebook. Everything you do on your wall, everybody was seeing it. LinkedIn has kept it for apparently have to show who you are, and this is what probably people self-censor even themselves more, because even if you don't post something directly, if someone go and search for you, he will see on your feed all your interaction with others, and sometimes this is it, and it's hard. It's two layer of it. The first layer is center about any professional debate that we could have, especially in the agile world and this agile community. And I remind you that in Montreal, this is the third world of agility. If the state of agile that will come out very soon, the 16th version of it, it's for the last 5 years worldwide, truthfulness, enterprise, and leader who said they are agile and practicing patterns of agility, it's about 17% of the world. So even after 20 years of the Agile Manifesto for software development and about 12 years of business agility, which is scaling Agile across the entire enterprise, we are far from done with that kind of evolution. Because I remind you, this is not a revolution, this is not a transformation, it's an evolution of ways of working, uncovering new ways of working together, of serving our customer. Okay, guys, so this community in Montreal, it's the third world. So if worldwide it's about 17%, here in Montreal they will say, oh no, we are agile at 80%, but in fact it's only 5%. And among my colleagues who are certified because they have a lot of money and time to put into this, they are certified, they have the letters, but they don't have the practice, they don't have the pattern. They could not really show up in the world with any kind of concrete walk the talk. So we have a lot of consultants that badly consult management and leadership, badly formed teams. So this is why in Quebec, the entire province of Quebec, You have a fake of agility. So I'm calling out on this, and sometimes we have like strong debate in the Scrum community as well in Lead. And some people will, oh no, I don't want to coach like this. I don't. Someone called me out as the Alex Jones of business agility. Thank you very much. I don't care. Someone called me the Trump of Agile. Insult. No kind of just insult, just calling name. But when it's time to debate on the subject, they could not debate on the subject, so they will point me as an Alex Jones, as a bold guy. Yes, proceed and be bold. That's my motto. This is the third user of Scrum after Mike Beadle and everything. This was, Samuel Ukebi. Okay? A great engineer, a great developer. And he used extreme programming and Scrum. So proceed and be bold. Let's make business. Let's make a return very fast. It's the team to decide the velocity, not the VP or not the whatever IT guy. That thing that he managed some things. So anyways, so I have strong opinion. A lot of people like it. The proof is I launched my Dare Real Agile podcast in April 2020. We are 4,500 subscribers all across the world. I received beautiful email. And by the way, I would like to thank Michaela and Rafaela, not only for their congratulation email of they liked my style and the fact that I'm right to the point, but they sent me some Satoshi Bitcoin. So thank you very much for Michaela and Rafaela. If you'd like to do the same, especially on my YouTube and Rumble description below the video, you have all the link to send me some Bitcoins and even still fiat money from PayPal. But here's the thing. So I know there's a lot of people who liked it. I know there's a lot of clients who hire me because they want this outcome-driven factor and this principle. And a lot of people, they don't care about if I'm vegetarian or if I'm gay or if I am conservative or liberal. That's not the point. Can I deliver you a nice coaching and training experience and business agility, Scrum, and what have you, even DevOps? The answer is yes. My SPFs is very high. When you look like a lot of customers are satisfied, maybe at 81%, there are still people who are still not happy with everything, but that have nothing to do with my behavior or the fact that I'm speaking out in some issue. So every time there's a crisis or a momentum in our society, and I decide to, sometimes I'm not even sharing myself things, but that's the problem. People are unattentive. So they will see that because I reply to someone or I just do a like to someone, talking point or whatever, and then they can, then he shared this on LinkedIn. Dare he, Coach F, to share things about the trucker convoy of Canada or about the Wall Street people occupying Wall Street like back in the day. It was the same thing. It's every time the same thing. 2008 and 9, talking about like posting things about Gerald Celente and the guy from Euro Pacific Investment, Peter Schiff, that the mortgage bubble will burst, and it's none of your business. You're an Agile coach, so who are you to come in my private messaging and telling me that I could not speak out, and this is LinkedIn, it's not Twitter, and this is LinkedIn, it's not Facebook, and blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck you think you are? I don't care, because it's nothing new with COVID. I like to do it in French, COVID, stupid vid. It's nothing new for me or any outspoken loud people like me that I share in private a lot. I am who I am with no labels. I fully assume who I am, and I know thyself and the universe and the gods and the goddess. For those who understand, you're part of my Lion HPI family. So it's better improving, being authentic, than washing my experience with low energy and even low potential people that want to stay in the fakeness. And the beauty of it now is, with the digitalization, the augmented reality, the VR thing, virtual reality and everything, and then all of this goofy, buzzing thing about the metaverse that will be a subject in French next week, but probably because I know my Anglophone subscriber would like to. So we'll probably do a double show, one in French tomorrow to talk about what's going on in Quebec with Eric K and the law number 6 on cybersecurity and digital identity and everything. And then we're going to do another one with more the metaverse. But I'm linking the authenticity with metaverse with this topic of speaking out, if it's worth lost job and friends. And my answer to this is yes. It's yes because for me, it's come back to the powerful question of all of those hypocritical people, especially in the professional network, that are on LinkedIn, and that you don't want to answer that question yourself. What will you choose as a way of life when they're coming for you, if they're coming for you? And what is your understanding of who you really are? And what is your participation in society? So if you think that freedom, it's a trademark of something, you're wrong. You have the responsibility of exercising your freedom of speech, your freedom of choice. And you have to understand why you make those choices. Because without why, there is no power. You will be powerless. And you will fall into that great reset and central plan society and mega, apparently smart city that will control every aspect of your existence, not even your life, because your life will be taken away from you. So if all of these kind of subject over and above business agility, and I understand that for most of the people out there, the understanding is I should focus and concentrate on what I'm doing with Agile Lounge workshop, teaching you and coaching you and mentoring you, and SCRUM, product management, customer experience management, solution management, business agility, DevOps. Yes, I could do this. But I created the Great LinkedOut Agile for this layer of professionalism in this community of Agile that with the age of imposition of these, using this mindset and culture of Agile, Lean, and DevOps into product and noun and sell it with fear. So it's kind of part of my mission with Agile Lounge for business agility. And to also talk about other ways of doing business, of being agile, of helping customer. So I agree with some of my critics, especially those who approach me about the idea or the theme, not my personality, not calling me name. If someone comes with a constructive criticism, I will step back, inspect, and adapt. And I could tune my behavior. I agree with that. I agree that if I'd like to continue voluntarily like this, because I'm not a professional podcaster, I'm doing it for passion. I'm doing it to share ideas. So yes, I could be more focused on the real topic and theme and be different, not to talk about it like anybody else talk, because if you browse the web, you have articles, vlog, podcasts, everybody talk the same shit. So for me, when I propose the Real Agile podcast, and probably this YouTube channel and Rumble, by the way, on Rumble, I'm Real Agile. Because it's going to be like, because Agile Lounge Workshop will be something completely different. So expect this channel even here on YouTube. For the time I will stay on YouTube because it's part of speaking out against centralized and mainstream platforms. So I would like to go out of LinkedIn to be linked out. I'm not on Facebook anymore since 2013, nor my company. So yes, of course, I'm in a process of evolution. I'm in a process of redefining the way I'm presenting myself into the world. And this, with high potential individual that give me constructive criticism, I'm really welcoming this kind of idea because it's real. It's not insulting. It's not into fakeness and everything. Um, and so for me, losing friends or even being discriminated from some client or losing contract, it will be worthy as they are right now in the situation of the world evolution and changing. There's no time for me to talk, and we need to walk, and we need to act. We need to exercise our responsibility, not to keep our freedom. We have to exercise our freedom. Freedom is not something given. Okay, so excuse me for the technical problem. I don't know what happened. Am I back? It's not the first time that's happening with Melon app, so we'll probably snap it this for the QA people at Melon app from Logitech. Am I? Sorry for the feedback. So we'll probably snap it this for the QA people at Melon. All right, so we seems to be so. Anyways, I'm on the 25-6 people watching right now. Please tell me in the chat or in the comment below if everything is back to normal. I've got this kind of glitch that I was not anymore into the screen. Now I'm back on screen. Sorry about this. And by the way, as you are at it, smash the like button to help me about this kind of algorithm that don't give you any choice. And if you like to awaken Agilize with me, subscribe and hit the bell. And again, every Friday, unless I am very sick or whatever, every Friday I'm live for now on Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and replay every weekend on my new Rumble channel called Great LinkedOut Agile, like my podcast. But we might see some change with the spring coming up. We might see, as I said, I'm open to tune my behavior, but I'm not open to fake who I am not. And at the question, speaking out is worth lost jobs and friends? Definitely yes. Because when you know yourself, and I know I'm repeating myself, but it's really important. This is the key point. When you know yourself, it goes for you too. You want to surround yourself not with like-minded people or think-alike people, but with people who are capable of constructive discourse and exchange of ideas, not having a conversation with someone into his ego and always, put into don't wanting controversy, and if there's controversy, calling your name instead of debating the idea to grow together. So me, I want to surround myself in every aspect of my life because, again, as a businessman, an entrepreneur, I don't believe in this work-life balance. And you say, oh, it's easy for you. You don't have children and blah, blah, blah. Not anymore. But, I mean, you create your own balance. That's what I mean. So when I go to the gym and the coach is not giving me a one-size-fits-all program, you look at my body, you look at my real fat level, you look at how my metabolism will react to any kind of suggestion, and we do it empirically. So it's the same thing for your schedule, for your time management, for your capacity. Okay? So you have to create your boundaries with your client, with your bosses if you're still an employee. So it's important to create your own balance. But don't believe in this kind of crap line of work-life balance. So even speaking about some issue like calling out about HR, and if they want to keep HR, they should call themselves human relation. It gives me some haters. Could you imagine people who work in HR to help human have a better work experience? They don't like when I'm calling them out or the recruiter calling them out. And they waste time and energy to write me in private nasty thing. Not about, they don't have any argument or counter argument. Maybe they could make me change my mind if they could tell me something else than my point of view, because I'm on this side of the table. Why don't you invite me to your side of the table? So I will have another perspective and I might agree with you. And the same if you come on my side, and then we understand it's only a question of perspective. And it's nothing to do about you or about me calling your name or you calling me name. If you're not able to control your ego and your emotion, and you love to be in the fakeness and agreeableness, don't do business with me. Don't be my friend. I don't care. But I do care about everyone, even those who I don't know. Because human being was born with love and the responsibility of being free. Our birthright is to be free. And I will fight even for my worst enemy, for him or for her to have her space to speak out about anything that should be. And to prepare yourself for the next 2 weeks, where we're going to talk about these expansion of the metaverse and the investment. So we're going to approach it like next week in French. I welcome all my French subscribers to be with me. We're going to talk about this law project number 6 of creating the ministry here in Quebec of cybersecurity and everything digital, including the digital identity that I would like to force among the 8 million people here in the population. And we are going to also have a talk, an expansion talk on the fragile. Don't be fragile with this fake life that they want us to embark in, with this augmented reality, this artificial intelligence that will not always serve the purpose of science or development of industry, and all of these control plan smart cities, and what will be the role of the metaverse, AI, real player one or matrix type of things. And but we are far from here, and we're going to see. So the next 2-3 Fridays is going to be about these kind of subject, and how a great business agility coach could actually intervene and help you develop meaningful thing about these technology that they are there to develop and expand, beside the effect and the allness of life. So on that, I make it short because I've got a meeting earlier. So I hope you liked it. If you liked it, smash the like button, subscribe and hit the bell, and share this video to inspire anyone. And let me just see. Yeah, I think that's it. For me, real life, it's nature building, autonomous human interaction, and self-organized community. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to reach out to people. And then after, be aware that I'm LinkedIn out. I will only push some content and interact with high potential individual, and I won't waste my time with anyone. And I'm closing my inbox on LinkedIn. That's finished. So a lot of you know my website, you know that's it. I mean, if you're so dependent on social network to contact me, you're gonna lose me, because that's it. And so go. I have a website. I pay it. I've got my own email at agilelounge.com. So you go there for more. You have my email there. You have my phone number. It's public. So please stop it. Stop it, because from now on any social network, I won't answer to anything private anymore. That's part of the LinkedOut movement. And because anyway, 80% is scrap, scam, peddler things. And my assistants, I don't want to pay her to go through these things. So the only direct message is SMS on my phone number, or you go to my website and you send me a message. So thank you so much. Remember, you are a beautiful person. You are a powerful person, and you are free. More importantly, you are free. You have to exercising your freedom, and you're free to be whoever you wanted to be. On that, have a beautiful weekend and see you next Friday in French to talk about digital identity and cybersecurity. Cheers.